Thank you.
So thanks, Mr. Gary. I am butting in again just to announce that I started the recording. So yes, feel free to jump in and introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. Kejana Tuse Shalri, Goodwill Fishermen's Cooperative in St. Lucia, Operations Manager. It's really good to be here again this evening with my fellow fisher folk.
Hi, good evening. Shalene Berry from Jamaica, representing the licensed fisher folk group.
My name is Glenn Evans Clark from Turks and Caicos. I'm the national mentor for the cooperatives in Turks and Caicos.
Rita Strawn, Department of Fisheries, St. Lucia. Good evening.
Dwayne Lewis, President of the Ghanaian Fisher Folks Association, Grenada.
Good evening, Pameshwar Jainarain, Guyana National Fisher Folk Organization.
Ms. Sylvia, can you hear us? I think you're the only person so far from the members, and then we'll ask observers to say something. Ms. Lorna and Ms. Sylvia, please jump in.
Hi, Nadine, I'm here. I can hear.
Ms. Lorna, it's great to have you here tonight. Thanks.
Although we need to get on top of the question of use of currency in terms of cross-border trading, the Americans actually have been almost genius at what they've done, because in many states, in a few states, they've made it legal, but it's illegal to go cross-border, cross-state, and therefore
a lot of technology you're handling there, Nadine. I'm impressed.
Doc, I regret that I am doing this on Winsbert's night. Normally I don't use my phone, but the reason is I trust my phone more to do this, to share this PowerPoint that he has prepared today. My computer might stall on me for some reason. So yes, so Doc, introduce yourself.
Good night all, Patrick McConney from UWI Sermes. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. I'm Maria Pena. I am from UWI Sermes as well. It's great to be here.
Good evening, all. This is Kim Malaliu from UWI SUP in Trinidad and Tobago, and thanks for the opportunity to sit in.
Good evening, all. Terence Phillips, FAO, based in Barbados.
Tylon, I know you came in a little while later than we started, but you can introduce yourself, please. And Miss Sylvia, if you're hearing us, we're still waiting on you to jump in. So Thailand and Miss Sylvia, to speak, you would need to unmute if you're hearing us.
Nadine, Sylvia had said that she was hearing you and she had said hello before. I think you mistook her for Lorna.
Oh, thanks.
No worries.
If you did, I can hear you.
Just like we're just doing introductions while we wait on Winsbert to make
Hi,
it.
good night. Hello.
Yes, Miss Sylvia, good night.
Hi, just making sure that you can hear me. I am on and I'm hearing you quite well.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for joining us tonight.
You're welcome. It's okay.
Good night, everyone. Everyone can hear me?
Who is this?
Tylon Joseph from Grenada.
Great, thanks, Dylan. Good night.
Yes, Nadine.
Good night. Is that you, Jocelyn? Liquai?
Yes,
Great.
yes.
It's good to have you.
Yeah.
Doing introduction. So when you introduce yourself, when you're finished, then you unmute. Then you mute your mic, sorry.
Yes.
So go ahead and introduce.
Okay. You're starting now?
We are waiting on Winsbert to join the call. He is somewhere
Yeah,
outside.
give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
I'm just taking 2 minutes.
Okay, go ahead. Hi, Shelly. Shelly, all right. Shelly, you came in just
Good
now.
night.
Good
Hi.
Okay, I think this might be Winsbert joining. Winsbert, good night. Is this you? The person that joined on a tablet Galaxy S4.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Winsbert.
Good night.
You hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Loud and
Okay. Let's sit down, Max.
Yep. So.
So, Winsbert, we are at that time. Thanks for making it into the Zoom. So we are ready to go. I will just introduce you now so we can start. Are you ready to go, Winsbert?
Let me just pull everything together here now and just pull everything together. Think so, yeah.
Winsbert, can you indicate if you can see my the screen? I have a mini screen. Can you see it?
Yeah, seeing it.
All right, excellent. So we are recording now. I will introduce you and we're going to start. So good night, everyone, for joining this third training of the CNFO Leadership Institute. We are on the third module, which is entitled Facilitating the Development of Group Vision, Mission, and Goals. We are happy to have Mr. Winsbert Harry as the facilitator tonight. He has undergone some training to do this, and he expressed that he's very confident in his ability to facilitate this session tonight. So we're happy to have him. He is the Fisheries Liaison Officer of the Caribbean Network of Fisher-Folk Organizations. In addition to that, he is the president of the NFO in St. Vincent and Grenadines. So Winsbert, you can take over the show now. It's your turn to make your presentation, sir.
Well, first, let me say good night to each and everyone who is made the time to be available to make this call tonight and to be a part of the CNFO Leadership Institute as we look forward to build the capacity of the fisher folks and fishers and organization around the region, that we can move forward in one direction, one voice, one aim. As Nadine had introduced me, I wouldn't say much, but I will say I'm a fisherman by profession. That's my main income. And this is going to be my first at being a facilitator tonight in this meeting. I think I done a presentation at GCFI in 2017, looking at the FURA app. And in 2019, I was the Global Memorial Award winner. So it was a very major accomplishment so far for me. And I think one of the areas I have to really give thanks for really strengthening my capacity to reach so far is, I will often speak about it, is the strengthening fisher folk leaders to participate in governance. That was a 4 years training I had done with Canary, and I think doing that 4 years, it was really a milestone for me and other fisher folks who are sitting in this meeting as well, and who are encouraging other fishers to be a part of Fisher Folks Organization and strengthen group, because in Fisher Folks Organization, we all know it's not easy, is a non-profit organization. So I will say welcome each and everyone again. So I will move into my presentation tonight. My presentation will be looking at in the CNFO Leadership Institute is Model 3. And tonight we are going to I'm going to teach you how to develop a vision, mission, statement, and the goals that you would like to achieve in Fisher Folks Organization and within groups that you are functioning in. So the first question you may ask yourself, what is a vision? And I will just, for anyone in the audience, if they could just share, highlight, although I have some notes, if you think, what is a vision, what a vision really is about, and why you need a vision, and how to come up with a vision. So in my slide here, I have here in my PowerPoint here, to look at a vision for organization, their group members. First, you must have the ability to think and move forward. They're moving, they're moving the slides too fast. Okay then. You must have the ability to think about a plan for the future with imagination of wisdom. So why I say the ability to think or to plan for the future with imagination is that to do a vision statement, you have to know where you really want to set your goals, whether in the next 5 to 6 years down the road. And you really have to imagine things because within groups, organization, different members, different persons might have different thinking and different wisdom and ideas to develop a vision statement. So when I even say within the future as well, you have to look at the younger generation that might come into a Fisher Folks organization and who would like to be a part of the group. So one of the things members or group may ask, why it is necessary for an organization to have a vision statement. One is the way the organization is heading. So within your grouping, you have to sit when you coming up with a vision statement. You have to ask yourself and among yourself why it is where the organization is heading in looking at a vision statement ahead. So, because the vision of the organization, as I said in above, is the ability to think and plan for the future. So while you are looking at your organization, moving ahead, you have to have that great imagination, thinking in order for the organization and within the group thing, members have to be fully aware why we really need a vision statement. As we all know, the CNFO have a vision statement. The NFO in St. Vincent have a vision statement. And within your group, you really have to sit and see where you really want to head, where you really want to go ahead in terms of looking at a vision statement. 2, what the organization is trying to accomplish. So within your organization or your group, you have to really focus on what you're trying really within your vision statement to accomplish. Because as I said, there will be different people with different ideas, and within Fisher Folks organization, you know, everyone is self-employed and everyone say, well, I don't really like the way this organization is going. I don't really like the vision of this organization. So you really have to really sit and be clear of what you're really trying to accomplish within your vision statement. So to my audience who are listening me, I will ask the question, why it is really needed to have a vision statement. I don't know if I'm asking the question to the floor. You couldn't stop me at any time. Okay, then, so I will.
I think that a vision statement is like your roadmap in the organization. So it
Right.
tells you.
Speak up, please.
Sorry, I'm using my iPhone, so maybe that is why. I'm saying
Right.
that the vision statement is like the roadmap in the organization. So it tells where you're going, what you want to do, and so on. So to me, it's like a roadmap.
And just to add to KG and Winsbert, it would give you a defined direction. In addition to it being a roadmap as to where you want to go and whatnot, it would give you that defined direction to get to where you want to.
Okay, then. This the reason why I ask this question, because as leaders and you forming yourself within groups, and within these groups, you really, when you bring these people together and other people who walking into your office or wherever, you can say, what is the vision of this organization? Why is the way this organization want to go? So these are some of the question you have to really document and put on papers. So when you doing a vision statement, you will have to see the direction and plan, as I mentioned, going forward in the way that you really want to see the organization go. So that is why I asked this question. The next slide, I'm going to say how you should come up with a vision statement. So I have several steps here that you should note within your group or within a Fisher Folks organization. These are some guides that you can take, is that you project into a long-term future. So as I mentioned, why, and your imagination and your wisdom, you are now projected into a long-term future of your vision. That when you set it out, that members can follow. Defining your purpose and your position as an organization. So you really need to know the purpose and the position of our organization as a leader, and why people want to be a part of the organization, and getting them to be a part in developing this vision that can guide the organization and the position of the organization. Because after you really set up a vision for the organization, it must have a purpose. You really cannot do it without a purpose and its position. In 3, you look at the operation, what success looks like in your organization. So you know you're doing a roadmap And what you looking at now is the success of the operation. So you have here you have your vision statement, and you know the position of the organization, and now you looking at the way you want to lead the organization, that according to the vision of the organization, it will have a success. Well, I did put in company here in the fourth slide. Consider your company type and status. But the only thing I say that with companies are so different than a fisher folks organization, because in companies, you know, the vision come from the top right down. But within a fisher folks organization, we want the involvement of the members and the membership of this organization. We need everybody to be a part, to have a say in terms of coming up with the vision statement. So it wouldn't be, oh, is Mr. Harry, he the president of the NFO, whoever president of our organization, he alone doing all the work, he come up with this vision statement, and this is how it is, and this it should be. It ain't supposed to be so. You need the involvement of each and everyone. You need to refine your accomplishment and to create and so it's something really we really have to refine. So the vision of our organization is the strength of our organization, because without a vision of our organization, it come like you really do not know where you're really heading to go before you even look at other ways and other statement that you are looking to put in to develop a fisher folks organization and to have everybody participating in terms of a vision statement. So this is how I really look at a vision statement. These are some steps you can take, you could add. I don't know if anyone have any question in my steps. That's how I structured it. So I will now open just the floor for 1 minute to any feedback from the audience.
It would be good also, Winsbert, that through the life of the Fisher Folk organization, that the statement is revised. A revision is done to see whether it's meeting what it said it would have done. So during the life, it would be nice that it's been revised.
Okay, then that is something, because that is something groups could be looking into. After 5 years, let us look at the vision statement of the organization. So that is something, because things change after about 5 to 10 years, and you might have cut and paste in terms of creating and strengthening the meat of the vision statement going forward. So this is how in my presentation here tonight, not really a presentation, is to see the best way in terms of looking at a vision statement in terms of building a fisher folks organization. So I will now move on to the mission, because in the top, I hope everybody is seeing this slide. Everybody is seeing these slides?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Okay then. I just have a definition of a statement here. A mission statement is a short statement of ways an operation organization could exist, in what its overall goal is, identify the goals of its operation, what kind of product or service to provide to its primary customers, market, and the geography regional and operation. The reason why I use a definition here, and as I could say that I could read another mission statement, which is the CNFO, to improve the quality of life of fisher folks and to develop a sustainable and a profitability industry through networking, responsible and capacity representation and capacity building. This is just because within different entity and different groups, because every groups have a mission statement. Even in the CNFO is primary and national and regional fisher folks organization with knowledge members and collaborating and source fisheries industry, and they mean towards the governance by fisher folks who enjoy a good and a quality life to achieve true ecosystem-based management of its resource. So when you looking at a mission statement, first you have to look at a vision before you come up with a mission statement. You do not have a mission statement before a vision. This is how I really look at it. Because if you have a mission and you don't have a vision, well, I think you should have a vision first, then a mission after. But some people do quote it different. Some people have a mission, then a vision statement. So with that, first, within the grouping, to look at a mission statement. It's just like the leader in the second model leadership style meeting we had back earlier. You have to know the level of the members within the group. The reason why I say you have to know the level of your membership within the group is you want to know what agenda everybody in. You want to have them fully participating within the group. You want to know, because some will have high and low in terms of knowledge, and you don't want to leave out anyone, because every message is important. So we say every voice be heard in terms of looking at a mission statement. So we move down to why, because in my presentation, I'm only quoting 2 words. Is why we need them and how to come up with them, because I don't want to be really too lengthy in terms of making this presentation here tonight and speaking to the audience and how to come up with a vision and a mission statement to help to build a group and a Fisher Folks organization. So why a mission statement is necessary? Okay then. It is important that in every group and every organization, you really look at a mission and a vision statement. I remember when we was doing a project in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the donors asked, where is your mission statement? So a mission statement is very necessary within a Fisher Folks organization, because when you really looking to see how you could access grants and funding, and you are registered, and when you want to be a registered cooperative or organization or company, what we're dealing with Fisher Folks groups here tonight is that you must have a mission statement. So it is very necessary to have a mission statement in terms of building the organization, because you want to know where the organization going, as way the vision say. You have to have the wisdom and the imagination. So a mission statement is very necessary. To have a clear understanding of a mission statement, first, you do not really want to have a long mission statement. You want, when somebody walk, your mission statement must be a statement that is necessary for the organization, and that could other members could follow. So I'm in Kingston right now. If you're hearing any echo behind, I hope everybody hearing me loud and clear. Loud and clear?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Do not afraid to stop me at any time. This is something new to me, so do not afraid to stop me at any time. You could be my teacher, and I am your teacher tonight, so do not afraid to stop me.
You're doing good so far.
Okay. So I go back to have a clear understanding of a mission statement. You see, within Fisher Folks group, some people hired people to do mission statement for them, that they could just do up something. But here in a Fisher Folks organization and in a group, is that we need the members to be a part of developing a mission statement. You do not have to be only board members, but you need, as long as you form yourself in a group, because when you form yourself into a group, the next direction you are really looking to form yourself in is into an organization or cooperative, because that is where a lot of the strength and support will come from institution when you really come as an organization and as a group. And as I said before, that when you are looking for grants and donation and other necessary things, these people are for mission and vision statement. So you must have that. I'm saying, and within the mission and the vision statement, but a different mission here now is that within the group, everybody must understand the mission and the vision statement. Something that you could just spit out your mouth, because I see in a lot of statement is way off. But within Fisher Folks organization, we are really doing a bottom to top approach in that everyone have a clear understanding of the mission statement. The other thing is, what is the value of a mission statement? But I seems like I already tried to explain it early on, because it have weights to carry. The value of it have a lot of weight. So, and I will just put the two of them together and speak about it. It's aim that can guide the group going forward. So the value of the statement is something that can guide the group going forward. And it is very necessary that you have a mission statement and the value of a mission statement, because it's not easy. You could write up a whole mission statement and say that is my mission statement. But does it mean anything? Does it have any value to the members? Does you going to walk towards the does the mission is way off from the to the vision? So both have to be collaborated close. So you have to when you do your vision, your mission must be very close into how you really want to see the organization going forward. Next slide, please. Any questions so far? So what I do have here is steps to create a mission statement. Steps, right. It must be original to the business, because you do not want to have something that is not original to the business. It will hinder in the business, and the mission statement will have really no use, because you could say, well, that ain't an original thing, but just a fake thing just come up with. So it must be original, it must be adapted, it must be voted on, so you know this is the official mission statement that can guide the group and guide the Fisher folks. It must be foundation within your mission statement that you will do and have. Well, so you don't have to change. It's a statement that you will do not have to change. Well, the vision is so different, as my colleague mentioned earlier, and must be, you might have something that you could change in terms of within your vision. But it's the same I have here within the mission, that it could change somewhere down the line, and it must be fundamental thing that you want a mission statement. So if members here who are in the group are looking at the booklet, some of the information that had been published in terms of the Leadership Institute, you look at the SSS guidelines and some of these things, but but I'm not really going too much really into that tonight. It must be able to connect with personality. But the reason why I use this word is that some mission statement have to have a catch to it. Is that this is the backbone of the organization and must be short. You don't really want anything to be lengthy and coincide. You must be short and coincide with your vision. You must be able to fit. Well, the reason why I use a shirt in this slide, because you know, some mission statements are lengthy and long. But if you just do printed jerseys, like within the Fisher Folks organization, and then you just have a small logo, just fit it on a shirt. So I use a different way in terms of a mission, for the mission statement. I just trying to be creative here. That these are some of the things that you can really use to put your mission out there to the group. So next slide, please. Okay. So before I move on to the organization goal, I would like to ask the group if they would like to say anything about how you look at the mission statement that I am trying to put to you, and what other meat that you think should be added. Any question under the mission statement that I put on the table here tonight.
Hi, Winsbert. Shalene here.
Right.
I think three questions need to be asked when you're composing a mission statement, and that is what it is you do, what it is you're going to do, how are you going to be doing it, and who are you going to be serving. So if you have an idea, when you're doing your vision, you can answer those questions, then it would be easier for you to write your statement. For example, a mission statement could be a community of persons who are committed. So that is what you plan to do. You're committed to serve in educating young people. So that is their customers in whatever way, in environmental studies or whatever. Just using that as an example. So you're actually answering those three questions: what you want to do, how you're going to do it, and your customers. And another point I wanted to make with the vision is that your vision should not only be long-term, but you should also have short-term visions, or short-term goals rather. So when the group members are deciding on what it is they want to do, I think you should also have short-term goals. And as Rita had said, from time to time, you go and review those goals. So if you come up with a goal that you want to do something within 3 months, make sure that within the 3 months or after the 3 months, you go back and review it and say, yes, we had accomplished this within the 3 months. Because sometimes it doesn't make sense. You have long-term goals and then you're not able to accomplish them because people get busy, things change over time,
right?
And you might not be able to accomplish those long-term goals. So it's best that you start with short-term goals, accomplish those, and then you move on to the long-term. That's all I have to say right now.
Thank you very much. Anyone else would like to share? Because remember, this is a open discussion. As I said, we need, because if you're doing a mission and a vision statement, you need involvement of other people and different ideas within your group. Because when 6 or 7 persons sit, it won't be one person doing all the talking, because some people are very good talkers and they will talk out the whole mission and the vision, and not even one other body have a say in terms of putting the mission and the vision within the Fisher Folks organization together. We know
So
some people. Yes, go ahead,
yes, so
boss.
in sports. So what's it like a motto? Like you have a motto and a mission and vision, like it's related.
Right.
Is it? Yeah. Is there much difference between it?
No, it mustn't have too much difference between it, because remember, as I mentioned before, you plan the vision first, because some people do mission first, but for the best way I feel, to me, is you look at your vision first before you come up with your mission. So, and you must be thinking, as Shelley just said, short term, long term, but it's best that you really look really to the future. That's just my idea in terms of a long term, but between these long term, you might have a little 2 years and refine and look back at the mission and the vision statement, because you do a short term and long term. You just have a period where you could refine and add meat and take away from it.
Cool.
Okay? Okay then.
Yeah, man.
So my final thing, because I'm be looking at vision, goals, and vision, mission, and goals. The goals of our organization. And you could see in my slide, the organization goal is a strategic objective that a company manager established to outline example outcome of the guide and works of the effect. Kind of tongue kind of title. But you see, I just said the goals of the organization, but if you really look, as I mentioned before, in the CNFO mission to improve the quality of life. So the reason why I said to improve the quality of life is that that is one of the goals that a Fisher Folks organization and a grouping have to look when they're looking at the vision and the mission statement. So the goals are established and to develop a success of any organization is the goals are to create a roadmap of success, right? So you already have your vision, you already have your mission, and now you're looking at what your goals. Not like a goal in football, when you score a goal, you win, but it's the same word, but we are using it here different. So we put on goals within the organization. So it's to create a roadmap of success, because when you already have your vision and your mission, you're really looking at now your roadmap in what you're trying to achieve coming out of your mission and your vision statement. It gives you a starting point and direction to reach. So as I mentioned before in my slides, you don't imagine it, you don't see the value of the mission and the vision. So you started to point now, I want to achieve this within my mission and my statement and mission and vision, that the members of the organization can really benefit and move forward. This is what we really set out to do. The goals even help you to see where you are going and what change you need to make and if you are progressing. So, you know that within doing mission and vision, you have to farm, right? You have to farm the group. After farming the group, you now have to do some storming, which is some brainstorming, and so these are the first two things you're really doing within. So you're farming the group because you done all you farm, you have your mission and things. So we're looking at the goals now, and you're brainstorming now, boy. Are you gonna like to reach here with my goals, but I really trying really to achieve? And doing sometimes that sometimes you reach in the norm stage where you really have to go back, as what mentioned before, that you have to look at short-term mission statement. So these are the kind of things that could really hinder, kind of block your way sometimes. So you have to really say, well, boy, something really, I ain't achieving my goals that I really set out to do within my vision and my mission. So I now go back to the norm stage. And when you set the achievement goals and make sure that you are engagement with your overall vision. So when you do that now, you are now moving into a performing stage. So slide 3 show you are farming, and when you set your actionability goals to make sure that your overall vision, so you are now performing now. And when you are performing now, that boy, I am now following the guidance of my vision and my mission in terms of my in terms of way I really did in the grouping, because you already have your vision statement and you already have your mission statement, and you're trying to reach them. So you don't really run to them. You have to take a small step by step at a time to really reach some of your goals. Because yes, some people like to reach fast because they don't vision that already. And this is the mission, but sometimes you don't really achieve it. So you have to really take the steps fast. When you commit yourself to your vision and experience and accessibility goals, you provide yourself with a motivation of where you are going and how you accomplish to get there. So, as I said, to accomplish the goals in the organization, you really have to go back to your vision and your mission statement, that it could really guide you in terms of your accomplishment within your goals you're setting out to get, and it will really tell you how you're really going to get there. So within your group, you might give you a time span, boy, we're gonna like to achieve this within the mission statement, we're gonna like to do this as the the statement from each primary where like the CNFO to improve the quality of life for fisher folks and to develop sustainability and profitability in the industry. Because as we look here now, I don't think we are seeing, no one was thinking about this pandemic that is really going around, and we see where we are at a setback in terms of so goals don't have to be all time big. It have to be success, but there are certain things that you can be a downfall that you really have to prepare for, like in disaster and all kind of thing. But goals help you to determine the priority and direction and to focus on in what is important. So within the vision and the mission, you really have to know what is really important that to the group and to the Fisher Folks organization. And I think with that said, to achieve these things, you really have to all time follow the guidelines of your vision and your mission. So these are just some steps I have here. As you could see them. So I don't know if you want me to take out everything, but these are the steps in creating your goals. So you have to make a time and base on time bond. So you see, so it all lead up along to you have a good mission and a vision. And you have to make your goals now relevant. These are things we really want to see in the group, and these are things we are trying to achieve. I think my time is close. So that is it for me in terms of your goals. I would like to say before I ask the question, this is my first time doing something like this. I have to give thanks to CNFO, Nadine, and the whole entire CNFO staff. I think this was a 2 days walk. I did something yesterday and today, and I think it was the topic are very easy to set in your mouth, but you really have to do some brainstorming and get things done. So my 2 questions to the audience tonight is why we need a mission and a vision and goals within groups and within Fisher Folks organization. And 2, what is the effectiveness of a vision and a mission and goal statement? And these are the 2 questions I have to my group in my fellow listeners. As I said, this was a today I practice it. It's something that we are trying within the CNFO to help to build the capacity of the CNFO leaders around the region. I still have to give thanks to I cannot stop talking about it. The strengthening Fisher Folks to participate in governance. First, I have to give enough kudos to Dr. Kim, who really help me in terms of uses of ICC tools, and my dear Secretary Nadine Nemat, who is doing a wonderful work for the network, and Mr. Lee, who is really building the capacity of other leaders within the organization, and to give me this opportunity to present and be a facilitator tonight. Sorry with the words, I cannot call it so cleanly, but I'm getting there. So thank you very much. I'm now open the floor for any discussion.
Hi, Winsbert. Great presentation. I have a point as it relates to the goals. I've learned something new. Instead of smart, smarter. So your goals, you may want to evaluate them, readjust, or redo. So it adds the ER, smarter.
Anyone else remember my 2 questions I did ask, right? I am looking for some feedback information from the group.
How are you able to deconstruct your vision or your mission when you are faced with environmental hazards and developments such as COVID-19? You remember you mentioned something about being able to make changes, slight changes in your vision. And as far as the mission goes, you mentioned that it should be subject to changes as well, because it essentially gives you guidelines as to how you're going to accomplish certain things.
Okay. Well, what most organizations did, you never really look too much outside of the box. They more look inside of the box, focusing a lot on just what is happening in terms of Fisher Folks organization. So what we need to do now, whenever we speaking to our groups or organization, is to think outside the box now in terms of disaster and like how we have this global pandemic here now, is to see how we could now look back at our mission and our vision statement, and mainly looking at our goals in terms of refining our mission and our vision outside of just setting them in line and just related to the fishing activities, but to put now in disaster, because you know within the fisheries sector is that there are not enough effort had been put in at this present moment now in dealing with even the global pandemic. So as I said, because donors are asking for these things within your mission and your vision statement. So if we now could look at them now and put them in, because even when you have, because when you have your mission and your vision, it ain't really the topic for tonight, but I will say, when you coincide now your bylaws, it have to fall in line with your vision and your mission statement. So I'm trying to say now within Fisher Folks organization now, we have to look back now to see how best now we could have plans in it for these situations like the pandemic and natural disaster. could answer your question. Mr. Clark?
In your budgeting, and of course this comes from experience, I suppose, and in your vision and mission that you say is so vital to donors when you want to seek donor funding or international funding.
Right.
I would say that your mission and vision statements would comport with your corporate documents, because most of them want to know, firstly, if you are legally incorporated.
Right.
And so whatever is in your mission statement and your vision statement, how you're gonna accomplish, and as well as your goals. We know that the goals are when you set the goals, that's the incentive. Those are the incentive and the attraction that takes you forward. But you need, in order to achieve those goals, you need some assistance. So I would say that you must always have your corporate documents well in place, up to speed with the financial authorities of your country. And it's easier to get the attention of the donors when you are really legit and you are able to use these two documents to comport with what your actual goals are. And so I think your presentation was very good. I've received quite a bit of new approaches, but also I've been able to confirm those measures and strategies that were very effectively used in the past and which we intend to use in the future. So I would like to congratulate you and hope that you continue to grow in this organization. That is why organizations exist. So the leaders who are going to be in charge must be able to set a pace and a set of goals that are measurable and is measured by what the fellowship learns, what your members achieve from your leadership. So thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. As I said, because within the Fisher Folks organization, there are different people with different levels. This is why I said you have to really know your grouping or your membership in terms of your organization. And this is something within CNFO. We are really trying to build the capacity around the region and asking the PFOs to work along with the NFOs. Because you did make a very good point as well too, because there's some organization or grouping that are really setting up, but they really go straight to a boiler because they might have a now for now thing and they don't have a vision and a mission that they are really trying to achieve. And I think, as I said, anybody could write it up, but within Fisher Folks organization, we need every hands on deck within the group and within the organization to say, I was part of that. It ain't really the leader, it's Winsbert do this, it's this do this and that do it. It's everybody involvement and putting in the award within coming up with the mission and the vision to achieve the goals of our organization. So the floor is still open up. So it goes back to my two questions. I ain't see I get any answer yet. Why well, my brother was just giving me a feedback on my presentation, but the two questions I have to the group is why a mission statement and a vision statement is necessary for a Fisher Folks organization or a group. And what is the effectiveness of the mission, the vision, and the mission to achieve the goals of our organization?
Me go give it a shot on the vision. So,
Okay, then.
so the vision is like where you would like to see the organization heading, or what the organization is trying to accomplish. I'll say that for the vision of the organization, where it's heading, what it's trying to accomplish. Maybe somebody else can put in something on the mission.
Well, remember I was saying, what is the use? Because why the use you want them? This is really what I'm trying to get out. Why? Because man, I could just run my thing just so man. I don't have these things.
Well, here's what I think.
I could just
Somebody
say,
going?
man. Okay.
Go on.
Okay, well, I think the importance of the mission and the vision is that you have it's like a manual. Just like if you have a manual for your vehicle and there is something that you're not sure about, you go back to the manual to sort of give you the step-by-step ways to do the thing, or reference as to what you need to do if you forget how to do it. So I think that's what the vision and the mission provide. Bring the head together within the organization to decide exactly where you want to go, what you want to do. You write that and how you're going to get there. So your vision, your mission, your goals, you write that down, and then it means that you have a place that you would always go back and refer to it, so that you can ask yourself whether you are along the right path, whether you are doing what you set out to do in the first place. And in the case, as Rita mentioned sometime earlier in the presentation, that you always have to go back sometimes and review it as things change. And you mentioned maybe every 5 years that you need to go back. It means if it's well documented and written, you know what to go back to. And based on that, you can determine whether or not you need to perhaps change something along the way, because you have something to compare as to where did I, and so that will give you an idea as to where you perhaps need to make the changes.
And additionally, because most of these are time sensitive and the goals are long-term, short-term, and medium-term, it is important because goals are in and of itself motivational. It gives you a motivation to move ahead. The mission is what you're going to, and the strategy you're going to use to achieve those goals. The vision is what you're going to see after those goals have been achieved. What is the end game? Hello?
Listening? Well, the reason why I asked this question is question that we need to, when we get back in our groups, these are some of the things we really have to have discussion with within our grouping and within our organization, is the reasons for them. So this is why I really ask the question to who all on the call, is because it's something that we really have to get back, because we are representing our organization, our country, and even building our own skills as well too, in terms of our knowledge. So this is something that really have to go back and say, guys, these are how we should really set in terms of how we come up with a vision and a mission statement to achieve goals for Fisher Folks organization. So this is how I really see it, and if there's no any other question, I think I will end here and hand over to our program director, Mrs. Namhard. Nadine?